All right, Hot Ice Thursday, June 15th. Fresh off a Mets win, which I'm not really excited about, I'll be honest. It seems like it's just kind of prolonging the death. I said it. The Subway Series had no juice. Got involved last night live with the Diamondbacks, who hit a big 3-run homer. Ev, you want to talk about that real quick, how horrific of a beat that was?
Oh yes, I mean I was on the Diamondbacks straight. I mean, for those that watched, it was brutal. It was one of those like they obviously you like sort of didn't belong there, but I mean they made the plays down 3-0, 2 outs in the bottom of the eighth, hit the Walker hits a 3-run homer to tie it. 10th inning, top of the 10th, Phillies are up, man on second, obviously extra innings, 1 out, like routine pop up to like short right field, second baseman, right fielder essentially collide, ball drops, run scores. That ends up being the winning run. They don't score on the bottom of the 10th. Fucking brutal.
They had first and third, or no, then it was a pass ball. It got to second and third.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
And the game,
I know for a fact they had 2 guys on.
Yes.
And
so
they had 2 guys on. Well, obviously it starts with the guy on. I'm sure they probably walked them. They probably walked them intentionally.
Yeah, we'll probably cover that. I would imagine we'll see. I'm on them again, so we'll see how that goes. But some headlines finally. Kind of getting some news. I guess newsworthy things. Trevor Bauer confirmed dirtbag. 4th. Did you see this?
4th. I heard about it. Yeah.
4th accused. Like
I mean, he's one of those. He's already a dirtbag. Corey, I couldn't agree with you more.
Yeah, exactly.
I always want to do the show like this. I'm just like, because I'm an idiot, Drew Katz. I'm a man of my word, but I'm a fucking
idiot. He's a complete idiot. I like the guy, but he's a complete fucking idiot. Yeah, so just, dirtbag. I've never seen somebody, the 5 o'clock shadow, there it is. I've never seen somebody have such a high rise and such a quick fall. And Bauer in terms of like, he was a star, just self-inflicted again, but like really, really bad shit. So,
I mean, I'm trying to remember if you were there or not. I remember when this is going back before having the Hoboken house, we had the Philly house. And I remember we went there for playoff baseball. I don't even remember they had that crazy, I want to say it was a wild card game. Maybe not though. Maybe it was an early series. It was the Reds Braves. And it was definitely Bauer for the Reds. And it was maybe Soroka or Fried. Probably Soroka maybe for the Braves. And they were having one of those games where it just was like, they both think they're the best pitchers on the planet. And I remember Bauer having like that. It was one of those games where it's like in the 8th, 9th inning, it's like 0-0. Both starting pitchers are just fucking mowing. And I remember like that version of Bauer. I mean, he was fucking. My phone's fucking sliding. He was fucking incredible.
Yeah, that's the best.
I mean, just guy with a fucking phenomenal arm, phenomenal talent, just like piece of shit human.
That's also too like a complete side tangent. That's why I don't like the DH.
Huh?
That's why I don't like the DH, because it adds a value of you got Bauer or you got Kershaw into the 8th and it's 0-0 or it's 1-0. You have to make more of a decision.
I like that. See, I'm a DH guy. I mean, I grew up an AL guy. I'm a DH guy.
But you agree it takes away the strategy of it. You know what I mean?
I understand. I definitely understand that element of it. I just would, if I'm like, I guess as from a fan's perspective, I want to see guys that get paid to hit.
That's true. You don't want a pitcher to get hurt, but
obviously every now and then there's a few pitchers that can swing it a little bit.
I do like
and that is cool. Like I'm not gonna say I haven't enjoyed that. Like obviously those Bartolo Colon moments, and even the guys like Kershaw can hit. Like I remember him having a game where he threw like a 1-0 shutout and had like hit the home run or something like that. Obviously stuff like that's awesome. It's cool.
Yeah,
I would say but overall I'd rather see guys.
It is. I mean, listen. If you did ask me, I'm probably in favor of the DH. Having said that, but I do like the chess match element.
Yeah, no, it was one of those just betting those NL teams. There's nothing worse when you have like 2 guys on with like 2 outs and you need a hit bad. You're watching like the game cast and the fucking pitcher comes up. It's just like 1, 2, 3. You're like, fuck.
Yeah, the worst. And then they started betting. Guys were so bad as position players. They were moving the pitcher to 8. Like there was a weird shit.
Yeah, they were getting cute with that. They had like 2 leadoff hitters kind of thing.
Yeah, towards the end. It was wild. Just during the show about the Reds. Game and a half out. It's still early, but you're right. So without the DH, we don't get any of the playoff Harper moments. That's pretty fair. That's accurate. I mean, like I said, I guess I am in favor of the DH, but I do wish I had the chess match. I like the chess match. Where do you put this in terms of panic? Out in Houston, Lance McCullers out for the year?
Yeah, not good. I mean, I just think they're just so like what word do I would say? They're just groomed so well, like championship pedigree wise and playoff pedigree wise. They've got enough starting pitching where they have like Valdez is good, like Javier is good. I'm sure with this injury now they're going to be like big time, trying to be move shakers at the deadline. Like they're definitely going to try to get a starting arm, I'd imagine. But
Yeah.
that dude Hunter Brown, he's been pretty good. Like it's not like they're like totally fucked.
Right.
But I'm sure they will try to get an arm at the deadline.
They haven't played great. Well, I shouldn't say that. They're still 10 games over 500. But
that's what I'm saying. Like they're still like they're going to be in the playoffs. Like they're going.
But I worry a little bit about. I mean, Verlander. Listen, he hasn't been great, but he left. That's a presence in the locker room. You got McCullers out. I do think they can make a move at the deadline, and the Rangers obviously lost to Grom. But I don't know. I almost wonder if it was one of those they poured everything into that title last year, and it's kind of like a little bit of a burnout. I think I don't want to say the same with the Warriors, but didn't it feel like the Warriors were just a different team this year? I could kind of see that with the Astros. You know?
Yeah, like, maybe. I mean, they could be. I mean, they played a lot of baseball.
A little less
over the last like 5, 6, 7 years. I mean,
yeah, just a little less hungry. You know, like you could just kind of sense it just a little bit.
But my thing with that team is though, like their hitters, they just hit in the playoffs, and that's something that worries me. Where like as long as they're a team that as long as they're like got a seat at the table, they're dangerous.
Yeah,
I think ultimately they will have a seat at the table.
Makes sense. Dogs of the day, I touched on it. I'll go back to the well. Give me the Diamondbacks plus 112 at home. They lost 2 straight last night. Heartbreaker. They can even the series. They're just a really, really good team. Anytime you can put a plus sign in front of these guys with a short card, I'm going to go back to it. So I'm on the Diamondbacks plus 112. Which way are you chasing a plus sign?
So the one actually, I think I'm going to go with a plus sign for my best bet too. But this one's a bigger dog. Not a huge dog, but a play that I like. It's a late game today. I like the White Sox tonight.
Okay.
Plus like 125. Dylan Cease on the mound, who hasn't been like the Dylan Cease like last year before, but he still got electric stuff. I think he's in a good spot here today. They beat the whatchamacallit, beat the Dodgers last night. They were plus like 175. Like, I mean, maybe worse, maybe like 195, 200, something like that. Had a real good night. Hit Kershaw around a little bit. Able to get a W. The Dodgers are too. Like I've said it a few times. Like they're still very good. Don't get me wrong. They're a very good team. I just don't think they're quite as good as they were the last few years. I don't think they have quite the pitching. They've lost some guys in the lineup, but I think it's a good spot for the White Sox. And they're just in this crazy spot where like they're so bad, and they're just still have everything to play for.
They do. They absolutely do. I'm in the same boat there in terms of best bet. You know, off of your dog, Dylan Cease and Grove going on the mound. The combined
that's like the clear
ERA.
Clear pitching edge for the White Sox.
I'm going to take the over 9. In terms of that, I don't. You know, I'm surprised it's not 10.5. I think they can kind of get lit up. The White Sox. That's the thing I worry about is the White Sox pitching down the road. I don't know if it's built for a playoff type run. So I'm on you with the over there. With best bet, you touched on a dog. Which way are you going that way too?
D-backs.
Yeah.
I just think in a few things like I think you're getting it where I think Aaron Nola, a good pitcher, not having like a great year. He's giving up some home runs. I think he's getting. I think not only him as a pitcher, but I think the Phillies in general. I think are just getting a little overvalued here. Like I think the Diamondbacks should be like the way they played. I understand and Aaron Nola has much better track record than like Ryan Nelson. I totally get it, but I mean he hasn't been like Ryan Nelson's probably they've been about pretty even this year. I think they should be favored here. If you're going to give me plus like 110 on the Diamondbacks, I think their bats were slow last night. They still almost pulled it off. I think they bounce back today, get a W.
Yeah. Hit parade. I'm a little behind the curtain. I originally put in Ozzy Albies from the Braves. That game looks like it's going to be some weather. I think you go with the safest one. I am on the over. Freddie Freeman to get a hit. I mean, he's hitting astronomical. I'm going to put him in. Carl's putting in Luis Robert. Luis Robert. Who do you have to kind of round that out?
Corey Seager.
Okay.
He's been hot. The guy's been on fire. I love going with him and Simi. I'm going with Seager today. I think he got a lefty righty or I think I think they're throwing Detmers. I believe the Angels are.
Yep.
I think it's good.
I thought it was.
Oh no, is it Suarez? Maybe Suarez.
Wait, was Ohtani last night?
Oh no, it's Ohtani Eovaldi today, right?
Yes.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, no, but I'd still yes. I'm going with Seager.
Okay. I want to look this up real quick. Futures division winners. The Reds are down to 650.
Love it. What's the what's the number on the White Sox?
So the Twins, how high would you put the Twins as a favorite?
Like not, I mean, they're probably the best all-around team, but like, what are they minus like 150, 200, something like that?
235.
235. All right,
You got the Guardians at plus 215. You got the White Sox at 11-1.
Yeah, White Sox I think are not a horrible.
I think they have to make a move. I think the White Sox have to make a move. I think they have to make a move. And you talked about the Astros and not panicking. The books have obviously not panicked. The Astros are still minus 125 to win that division.
And they're back at the Rangers. So the Rangers are still plus money?
Plus 125.
I almost would see plus 125 is enough for me to get involved like a long-term bet. But if like I don't think that's like a hard in the sense of like I mean I think they absolutely have what it takes to hang around and win the division.
Yeah, and then the respect
just for plus 125, I don't think I'm going to get involved long term.
Same.
When an absolute wagon could be coming, a train could be headed. They get some momentum. I mean, it could be over quick.
Same kind of respect. The Dodgers are minus 360 out there.
Yeah, I wouldn't touch that.
Diamondbacks plus 350.
That might intrigue a little bit. I mean, I just wish it would have like a little earlier. Like it's a little too late. Like that's what I would like to. Like anyone out there who got in them like early season, they were like 10-1 later. Like God bless you, a great bet. Yeah. No matter what happens, great look.
Yeah, but it's crazy. We talk about it. A lot of things going to come down to the edge here. I think people think baseball is still like boring. There's going to be a lot of these races coming right down to it. A lot of playoff teams, and you can find the value we talked about. Teams quitting. Shout out to the Royals, by the way. We've touched on that. Just how I did those numbers. I wrote the blog. Ev, they're like 25 plus in every category.
They are like people talking the A's being the auto fade. They are now officially they're worse than the A's now.
Yeah, and the Royals
worse than the A's.
The Royals were
auto fade.
They're like still pick'ems against a scorching hot Reds team. I know we're biased.
This whole series they've been pick'ems. They're getting smoked.
Yeah, and then you know the A's here. So the A's are still the Rays are minus 205 tonight. Like. And granted, they got.
That's actually when I was considering putting on my card because Blackburn's not a bad pitcher.
Right.
Like the pitching matchup is about as even as it's ever going to be between these two teams.
Yeah. They got Bradley going for the Rays. Yeah. So again, there's a lot of value. You can get it done. Enjoy the weekend. Share a game with Dad. Check out a game with Dad. There's nothing like bonding over Mets misery on Father's Day Sunday in a light blue hat. As awareness of testicular cancer. So that's a lot of memories of those on Sundays in my house. So enjoy it. Best of your fathers. That's Hot Ice. We'll see you on Tuesday.